Welcome to the On-Farm Network's 2020 Trial Results video series. I'm Megan Burns, the agronomist for the On-Farm Network program. Let's dive into our dry bean fungicide trial results. So through the On-Farm Network, we test a variety of different combinations of fungicide treatments, depending on disease pressure and farmer interest. This year, the dry bean fungicide trial investigated the agronomic and economic effects of a single foliar fungicide application. So in these fungicide trials, we measure the effect of this fungicide application on disease pressure. Of course, we measure the effect on yield. And then this year, we've also incorporated seed quality analysis as well. So we just had one foliar fungicide trial in dry beans this growing season, and this trial was comparing a single application of Cotegra applied according to label recommended rates and timings to untreated dry beans, so dry beans without any foliar fungicide applied at all. In terms of disease ratings, in dry bean fungicide trials, our focus is on stem and foliar anthracnose, which you can see in the image there. That's what anthracnose looks like on the stem, as well as white mold. Obviously, white mold is a big yield robbing disease of concern in dry beans. This year, there was really low white mold pressure. So we didn't have a lot of white mold at all that was present in this trial. We did have quite a high incidence of anthracnose, though, on both the leaves and the stem. So that means that a lot of the plants, almost all of them actually, that we were assessing for disease ratings had anthracnose present. Now, anthracnose isn't something that we have rated for severity in the past. It's something that we indicate the presence or the absence of, and that is where we've stopped our ratings for anthracnose previously. I think going forward next year, adding a severity scale is something we would look to do to determine not just how many plants are affected by anthracnose, but how bad that anthracnose infection is. So with the relatively low disease pressure for this trial, particularly pertaining to white mold, there was no significant yield response to fungicide application. So as a result, profit per acre for the treated strips would decline by the cost of that fungicide application, right? So if we're not seeing an increase in income from an increase in yield with that application, then we've essentially lost that investment that we put in through the fungicide application. So what's next for dry bean fungicide trials? In terms of agronomics, like I said, we have seed quality analysis underway. So those results will be coming shortly. And like I mentioned, we're going to look at adding that anthracnose severity rating scale next season, in addition to just indicating presence absence, so seeing how severe it is and how that plays into yield results. And then in terms of economics, we're obviously very aware of the agronomic benefits of applying a fungicide when disease pressure is present, right? That fungicide application should in theory reduce that disease pressure and preserve yield. But what about when it comes to the economic benefit versus the cost? So when does that just in case application that we might put on actually pay for itself? Is it a justified practice? How frequently does that just in case application end up paying off? And combining the agronomics and economics, is there a way that we can better predict when fungicide application is necessary and when it's economically beneficial? So we're hoping to continue with dry bean fungicide trials, hoping to have more interested farmers so that we can work towards answering these questions. So a big thank you to all of our On-Farm Network participants. If you are interested in learning more, getting involved, or if you have a trial idea, please feel free to contact me at any time. Thank you.